The people in those disciplines thought he was playing fast and loose because he had no credentials in any of those areas.
Any specialist is going to see to it that his specialty is protected against any invasion from any quarter. They've got a very good thing. They've taken a long time to acquire this specialist skill, and they don't see why they should yield 1 inch to people with different methods.
Well, Macluhan started to make an impact with the Gutenberg Galaxy, which was 1962. And then understanding media came along a couple of years later, and that led to what they subsequently called the Macluhan explosion.
The forms of entertainment that work best on television are ones which admit of a great deal of casualness, in which people can be introduced and dialogued with in the presence of the camera at all sorts of levels of their lives. You capture them at all sorts of strange and offbeat moments of their existence.
Instead of going out and buying a package book, of which there have been 5,000 copies printed, you will go to the telephone, describe your interests, your needs, your problems, and they at once Xerox, with the help of computers from the libraries of the world, all the latest material just for you personally, not as something to be put out on the bookshelf. They send you the package as a direct personal service. This is where we're heading under electronic information conditions.
And then, of course, then there's a whole other thing that happened in the business world.
Thompson House. From here, Roy Thompson operates radio and television stations, magazines, newspapers, and book companies in 20 countries. The king of communications is told he should meet the philosopher of communication, the controversial Marshall McLuhan.
The dominant medium of communication in any age alters the way people think, feel, act, and react. Television is thus returning the viewers to the picture thinking of primitive men. Of course, I think this is all pie in the sky myself.
Dr. McLuhan arrives.
Some of the critics of McLuhan made fun of McLuhan because they accused him of being a bringer of doom, and they thought they were impervious to doom.
This is the talk of a literate man. The literate man was all for absorbing things. The new sort of electric man doesn't want to absorb things.
You mean that in the future people are not going to be as literate?
Oh, indeed, yes. Literacy is on the skids. Oh, yes.
Now I understand why you got the reputation.
Oh,
I can see that. No, you're a shocker, isn't it?
Look.
Our own Herbert Marshall McLuhan has been labeled the poet, the philosopher, the prophet. Life magazine called him the oracle of the electric age. His critics are almost as lively as his admirers. They call him a gadfly, a spellbinder, a word merchant. But almost everyone agrees no one can make sense out of more than 10% of what McLuhan has to say. And
what kind of message are you trying to get across?
The kinds that are indicated in what I've already said. Just anything that creates a state of awareness in which makes life a more exciting and wide-awake matter. The term Finnegan's Wake, the title of Joyce's book, is one that fascinates me, and it has much to do with the changes going on in our time. Finn, again, back to the old tribal cycle. It's what is happening in the electric age. We're becoming involved in each other again in a tribal way. Finn, the Finn cycle. Finn again, but this time, wide awake. Finnegan's Wake.
Yet man in society must make some decisions about the rights and wrongs of certain issues. Only in this way can a society function without anarchy. McLuhan...
I thought we had achieved anarchy very completely long ago. I didn't realize that it was something that remained to be done. And I think we're going further in every minute. It's like the fish in the water. We don't know who discovered water, but we know it wasn't a fish. A pervasive medium, a pervasive environment is always beyond perception.